Please join me in welcoming today's commencement speaker, brave Leo Art Acevedo.
Good morning, Leos. Come on now. Let's give a big hand to Dr. Lieberman and all the people up here that made it happen for you right away. Congratulations to the entire faculty, staff, Doc. It is an absolute privilege and an honor to be here. I'll be honest with you. It's when I was asked by Dr. Lieberman to come out, I started thinking, well, what do you talk about? And I'll tell you right now, I don't know what I'm going to talk about until I start talking. I don't write my speeches. Because I think what we lack in our nation today, as you move on from your college education, your college experience to the working world, and hopefully all the leaders that are out here today, you're going to find out that what's happening in our country is we lack authenticity. We lack conviction. We lack heart. You're coming into the workforce, many of you, and into leadership positions, hopefully, at a time when we have new norms in our country that if somebody would have told me 20 years ago, 30 years ago, those norms would be acceptable, I would have said, you're crazy. Just think about what's going on. But what some people might consider challenges, leaders consider opportunities. And I think that you're all coming into the next step of your lives, into your journey, at a time when you have a great opportunity to seize the moment. Now, I'm going to ask you to do something as you go on in your careers, in your life, and in your journey. Continue to learn. This is not an end to learning. Learning is a lifetime journey that we should all achieve to complete by taking and seizing every day as an opportunity to move your own understanding of humanity, your own understanding of your purpose, your own understanding of your community to the next level. And after 32 years of policing, let me just say that I'm heartened because I'm starting to see people that, especially the young people, that there's a great awakening going on in our nation. Just yesterday, I was in Nashville, Tennessee at the Major City Chiefs Association, and we were talking about issues impacting our nation, from gun policy to immigration policy, to this debate that at a time of our history is really the political debates actually being hijacked by extremes on both ends of the policy discussion. And we heard from a young man from Parkland that survived that catastrophe, and his father. Now, I remember talking to him afterwards, or actually during the presentation, standing up, and I told him, thank you for your courage. Thank you for speaking out. Thank you for giving us hope. And what I will ask you to do with your education you got here, what you've learned, hopefully, and I think you did if they're giving you your degree today, is to be critical thinkers, to question the debaters that just got acknowledged, the journalists, and yes, there's the media. Guess what? The First Amendment is key to our survival, so we stand for the First Amendment. As a matter of fact, our special response group that handles demonstrations, handles the things that go on there where people are exercising, we call ourselves, our motto is protect and defend the first. And that's why I'm here today, to tell you, to urge you to be leaders that lead not for self, but lead to a greater and towards a greater purpose. Put yourself at risk. Don't be like so many leaders out there that what they focus on is how do I keep my job instead of how do I do my job. Be a leader that leads everyone. And leadership is not about division. Leadership is not about telling people based on where they're from, what they look like, what God they follow, that they're not of value. Leaders don't marginalize. Leaders bring people together. And when I look out here in this audience today, in this graduating class, and the parents, having come here from Houston today, the most diverse city in the nation, which arguably is the most diverse city on earth, is the rich diversity of these Leos that are out here. Because while, thank you, very rich diversity. Because while diversity may be a four-letter word, let me just tell you what diversity means to me as a Cuban refugee. In 1968, our dad told us, kids, from here to the moon, there's no better place on earth. That diverse, rich culture, that fabric that our nation is made of, that for over 240 years has made us the beacon of hope on this planet, is truly the greatest strength of our nation. And so when you move out into the next position in your life and you seek greater understanding and greater responsibility, just remember that leadership is about putting yourself at risk. Leadership is about leading from the front. Leadership is about asking people nothing that you are not willing to do yourself. And I will tell you, you cannot change culture as a leader via memo. You've got to get in the trenches. You've got to get dirty. You've got to get involved. You've got to be a person that's pushing yourself at risk. And when you do those things, guess what people are going to do? They're going to follow you. Because leaders don't make excuses, they make a difference. And while you're sitting in this seat today, I'm going to tell you, you are a leader. Figure out what your sphere of influence is and make life a journey to increase your sphere of influence, and then use that influence for the greater good of the people that are part of your family, part of your community, part of your city, part of your nation, but most importantly, part of the race that we all belong to, which is the human race. Last, I want to tell you, do not make decisions without studying the issues. Be good listeners. Be good listeners. And most importantly, be responsible Americans. You see, it's not enough to register to vote. That's not enough. It's not enough to vote. It's not enough to participate. You have to continue to be learned people, pay attention, know what the issues are, and be well-informed and make well-informed decisions that, unlike some people, I believe that being an evidence-based police department, an intelligence-led police department, a scientific-proof police department, we believe those are strengths and not weaknesses. And so I want to keep it short today because I know it is a little warm out there. Yeah, right on. All right, sit down now. Yeah. Hey, you've already stood up too many times. You sit down there, young man. Debater, journalist, and he's funny too, right? So let me just close by saying this. Don't forget you did not get here on your own. Don't forget that Black lives matter, cops' lives matter, all lives matter, rich lives matter, poor lives matter, and most importantly, it is your responsibility to reach back and find people that do not have the blessings that you've enjoyed in your life and start giving a helping hand just like you did. And to the parents, congratulations. To the adults out here that made these young people get their degrees, congratulations. Do not stop learning. Keep going ahead. Make a difference. Be heard. Your voices matter. Let them be heard. God bless you.
Well, thank you.